Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, so today all I could hear on the pre-shuffle was, what do the divine feminines and masculines need to bring closure to? The ending of a cycle. I'm even feeling it's coming up to this next eclipse, October 25th, and bringing sort of a kind of a closure on a lot of the independent work that's been done this year. So what is it for the divine feminines that needs to come into closure? So we get purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Came out on the side, so neutrality. So closure to the not knowing, closure to the not doing, closure to the not believing in self enough to do purpose, mission more fully, to step out into it, to begin, is what I'm getting there. And grief. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. Okay, so that's a big one. The loss on this journey is immense, but it cracks our heart open. And it shows us the cyclical nature of time as well. So let's get some clarifiers. What do the divine feminines need to know in the 3D about purpose, about closing out things regarding purpose to allow for purpose to come in? I literally 7-7 here, 2 7s, 7 of cups, 7 of swords. I literally heard divine feminines ask to be shown your path through the confusion, through the options. Tap into your connection to source and ask. Make it your secret mission to know how to cut through all the options to that one thing. The beginning, the niche, the middle path. Set your sights on doing that in your lives. This will help you dial in your purpose and find what really is your niche. And then we also got King of Swords in the reverse, 6 of Wands in the reverse, and 5 of Wands in the reverse. So this is my card of lying. So I'm literally seeing that it's a lie that there isn't victory for you regarding your purpose, regarding the expansion of purpose. This is a card of clearing the karmic clutter. Too many people's opinions, too many people being involved, too many fear-based things. Divine feminines, it's time to just clear through all of that. This confusion, the clutter, is all this karmic stuff that's been excuses, blame, victim, all of those things. It's time to just not do that anymore and keep going. It doesn't matter what adversity you're facing, there is a path through. And it is the prerequisite for your purpose. Everything you are facing is there to prepare you for increased accountability along your purposeful path. What can we see for the card of grief for the divine feminines? And that said, I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. This is the difference between wishful thinking and actual love. Sometimes we get ahead of ourselves and we think that what we have is love because we are lustfully inspired or because we want it so badly. But when we lose things, we realize what was real and what was idol worship, what was an assumption. It helps us sort what was love and is love and what isn't. It helps us get real. It's a reality check. When we lose something, we take stock. And we learn to appreciate things while we have them, while they're there in the moment. We learn to appreciate what really matters. And so it's a larger love as well. It's the higher love. Beautiful. Let's see what we get for the divine masculines. So divine feminines, let's get one card actually for divine feminines with these cycles of closure coming in to move into the next. With the eclipse energy, those are the things that will be eclipsed out. holding back regarding purpose or being in uncertainty, and not appreciating things right where they happen. Those things are ending. And what can we see going forward for advice for the divine feminines? Ooh, literally golden seed, light, wholeness, warmth, well-being going forward, and higher mind, contemplation, communion. Yeah, I was getting that, divine feminines. Seek higher guidance until you find the truth that sets you free, that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy inside. If you're not all warm and fuzzy, you're in suffering. It doesn't mean being falsely positive, not at all. It means actually going to the higher perspective and seeing the truth that sets you free. There is a difference between pretending things are all sunshine and rainbows and actually knowing, having the awareness that brings the peace. Okay, what can we see for the divine masculines? Cycles closing out. Oh, loneliness. Oh, that was a sneeze. Thank you for all those who said bless you. Loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. Divine masculines, there's been a little bit of a message lately about really just standing on your own 2 feet and not needing a mothering energy, a nurturing feminine energy, a caretaking feminine energy. Yeah. And feeling that it's all love from all directions. Envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. And freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Yeah, freedom and happiness are connected. Loneliness. So envy and freedom, wanting what other people have, not feeling like we are the ones that have the freedom, and knowing that you're never alone, divine masculines. So these are the things. Let's pull some cards on how those are being experienced to be closed out. So loneliness, what can we see for the divine masculines? I know that I am never alone. This gives the confidence to walk to the beat of your own drum, divine masculines. Tower. Wow, I just heard that the towers are falling. The difference between temptation and high priestess energy, the real deal. Temporary and cosmic, eternal. So divine masculines, you're aligning with things that are more meaningful, more purposeful, more real in that energetic sense, and that is bringing you into the understanding that you have been tempted by short-term solutions and thinking, and you're being asked to calibrate now, and you are calibrating to that more eternal frequency that puts you in connection with your guides, the angels, the ancestors, all human beings in every moment. So there's not so much trying to fill up your bucket with temporary things. You're becoming more steadfast. Okay, envy. I am the same as everybody with different challenges. We are getting 7 of Swords, changes, and the Karma card for you as well, just like the feminines. We got that same kind of combo where it's your mission now to make the changes that don't align with the crowd, that do it your own way, that don't try to emulate others, but to individuate and align with this more cosmic knowing rather than just monkey see, monkey do. What makes your heart sing? Okay. Your cup of tea isn't necessarily anyone else's cup of tea, divine masculines, and yeah, each one of us has our own path to walk. Freedom, what can we see for the divine masculines? And I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. The Devil. Temptation. 2 cards of temptation. Divine masculines coming out of the illusion. So this has been a really big illusion of the 3D, this binding, the devil energies. You are individuating, divine masculines. You are stepping away from thinking that you need to be the same as anyone else. And you are really taking your own freedom, happiness into your own hands. So this is closing out for the masculines. The idea that they can't what am I hearing? I'm hearing that they're not cool enough if they do life their own way. That's being thrown out of the water, and they're realizing that's the only way to live. And their life is extraordinary because it's not like anyone else's. Okay, let's get into what the divine masculines are thinking about the connections at this time, feeling on the heart space for their divine counterparts. What are they wishing for the connections at this time? What actions are they taking that will bring them closer to union? What is the biggest challenge for the masculines? What is the spirit-guided solution for that challenge? And where is the energy going in the near future? Okay, conscious mind, we get the Hermit in the reverse and Queen of Swords. Coming out of hermit mode and want to have a conversation with you, divine feminines. How interesting. About commitment, expressing the camaraderie, the friendship, like-mindedness, seeing the mirroring. There's something here the divine masculines are grateful for that they cannot say about just anyone. Those things need to be said out loud, I just heard. And so they do want to know where you stand. They want kind of a feel for your energy. They've grown, they've humbled, they've overcome this bullheadedness in some ways, and they know you see things in the night. I just heard with the Jaguar, divine feminines, your divine masculines know that you are familiar with the deep, with the shadows in the jungles of life, and they feel like they might be able to hold their own in a conversation like that now because they've been in deep thought. They're seeing you in a new way, divine feminine. They're seeing your wisdom, your hard-won wisdom. They're seeing something in you that they did not see before. What is it on the heart space that they have here? 2 of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. Lord of Peace restored, this says. Usually the 2 of Swords is a blockage, but they want to restore the peace. They want to work on this connection. They believe this is worth taking to another level. The 8 of Coins for me is the card of specialists, taking things to a higher expression. And so they want to take the peace here. They want to take it beyond, I heard meeting of the minds with the 2 swords. Those are 2 equal truths that may have been at odds. So on this journey, both the masculine and feminines have been divinely guided, following intuitive guidance in their own right. And that has appeared to veer them off course from each other in 2 equal, valid directions. But the divine masculines are feeling that there is a meeting point. There is a peaceful meeting point, and they want to focus on that rather than the differences, rather than the illusion that there is separation. Oh, and yeah, the Page of Swords, they're curious. They have been curious. They've seen something. They've understood something. They have learned something about you, divine feminine, that has caused them to think, oh, I just heard you're not so different after all. Or that the connection isn't so far-fetched, insurmountable, out there as they thought it was. They now know that there are unique ways that you two intersect. And they're curious about what that can mean. And this is communication. What can we see for the wish for the masculines? 1515. Oh, Six of Pentacles and the Earth Mother Empress. Six of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity and breadcrumbing. In this sense, I'm getting they want to balance it out with the abundance, with the Empress. They see you as synonymous with abundance. We saw that in a recent reading, and they want to see if they actually contribute, if they actually invest into this connection, if they reciprocate, what could happen. There has been resistance. Divine Feminines, there's been resistance in the feminines, which has also been mirrored with resistance in the masculines. Chasing is resistance. Running is resistance. This is a desire to figure out how to be curious about the abundance, the meeting of the minds, the experience that's been gained, seeing a testing of the connection, not in a pass or fail, but a testing it to see where it can grow, where these new beginnings can come in. The Ace of Coins is a prosperous new beginning emerging here. In the inverse, there's this luck, divine luck. As divine luck would have it, you've found each other on this path. Earth Mother, that's the Empress card, and divine masculines are seeing that you are a little bit different than the average feminine. And they want to see what else, what untapped potential could be here. What actions are the masculines taking? The Star and the Devil, the daughter of the firmament. So they know that in this earth, it is an earth of binding, it, the illusion of limitation. That we are divine, that we have destined paths, that we are seeded into these incarnations and we grow up through the illusion back into love. And the divine masculines are starting to understand heaven and hell, the path, the bridge, the pathologies, the roots. They're seeing the hero's journey, the dragon slaying journey. The devil is the dragon. They're seeing how to overcome that and how it's part of their destined path, how you're part of their destined path, how this journey is part of their destined path. What is the challenge for the masculines? 10 of Swords and 10 of Wands, Lord of ruin and burden. Overcoming this stuff now that they see it this way as a spiritual journey, as a game of overcoming in the name of love. They know that these cycles are coming to an end where it's confusing and overwhelming and earthbound. They're stepping out of the karma. We had this card for the feminines and the masculines in the first part of the reading. I think it was in the reverse for everyone. That's a good thing. That is the leaving that naysaying energy, getting out of the way of those things that other people in fear, cautionary statements. It's not throwing caution to the wind in this case that does it. It's actually believing in a higher potential, not staying in the limited belief structures, knowing that there is always an innovative way around things, and especially in the genius frequency of love. That no burden, no mental challenge is too impossible. Not taking no for an answer, not buying into the limitations that they thought capped potential. That's the challenge, is staying with that. What is the solution? Oh, the Devil in the reverse, the Lord of Gates of Matter, and the 10 of Swords again in another deck. The solution is to overcome the illusion of separation, the binding of the 3D. This is so freaking biblical. Like I can't put it in other terms. We've got the devil here and the original separation wound, the fallen dimension. We got the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Swords. We got it as the challenge and the burden that it brings, buying into the idea that we're forsaken. And then this overcoming that illusion, that lie, and remembering the God self. Here's the Empress in the reverse. It's a tandem effort. I'm feeling there is a coming back together that brings in the synonymous abundance and the Empress, the union all at once, and the limited thinking that keeps the divine masculines thinking that their Empress is not the right choice or the appropriate choice, or that it's not time yet. There is a real unilateral motion here towards abundance, the Empress, the end of burden, overcoming illusion, overcoming obstacles. It's all it's all converging. Seeing all like that board game Risk with all the little players like marching towards the center of the board, waging the war, the war for love. Okay, let's get a card for the union space for the twins. What can we see? We get a couple. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Wow, we just had a worldwide movement show up in a Risk board analogy. But there is movement across the board. There is movement coming in. There is collaboration and discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. This was in the reverse, and I really just heard, I can accomplish what my heart knows to be true. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.